In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 easy steps to transform your PPC game and maximize your profits by going over keyword research. When I started focusing my attention on keyword research and really learning it, it helped scale my business to over $4 million per year. The process of keyword research for Amazon has saved and made me millions of dollars throughout my career. I'm Dr. Travis Ziegler, a retired optometrist who achieved financial, time, and location freedom by building an online business to $500,000 per month and then selling it for a multi-million-dollar exit. I did this by focusing on Amazon PPC and my perpetual sales machine strategy. I've also helped other brands exceed $10 million per year in sales through my agency. Unlike many gurus, I have real experience in creating successful businesses online and specifically on Amazon. Enough about me though, let's jump into the 7 easy steps for keyword research. I'm first going to go over the strategies and then I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly how to do it. Number 1, you have to understand the goal of keyword research. The aim here is to find keywords that are not just relevant, but are gold mines due to their moderate competition, significant search volumes, and high conversion rates. Focus on total advertising cost of sale, or TACoS, rather than just advertising cost of sale, ACoS. This strategic shift into focusing on TACoS instead of ACoS helps you enhance your organic ranking and ultimately cuts down your costs, boosting profitability. Additionally, stop focusing on ACoS of individual campaigns or at the keyword level. Instead, look at the overall account level ACoS and not individual campaign level ACoSs. Although the ACoS might be high on a campaign, it might be reducing your TACoS, therefore actually making you more profitable. Number 2, the power of mid-tail and long-tail keywords. Forget word count, it's all about search volume. These keywords are your hidden gems that can propel organic growth in competitive terms. Think beyond the obvious and find those unique phrases that others aren't using, which also come with low PPC bids. Try to find keyword phrases that no one else is using in their titles with low PPC bids. Number 3, use the Keywords on Fire tool or other tools. These can be your research companion. I start my research with my product's ASIN and base search term. This allows me to analyze up to 25 similar products, providing crucial insights into the competitive landscape and uncovering the potential keyword opportunities. Number 4, then you need to dissect the data. After the analysis, I download the results into a CSV file and import them into a Google Sheet. Here, I zero in on key data points like ZonGuru score, search volume, keyword title broad, keyword title exact, and PPC bid, focusing on what really matters and eliminating unnecessary clutter for more effective decision making. Number 5, we then craft a negative keyword list. Negative keywords are essential to refining your PPC campaigns. They will help ensure that your ads do not appear for irrelevant searches, saving costs and increasing campaign efficiency. Start by reviewing your keywords to identify those that don't apply to your product and should be excluded. Focus on creating a list of negative phrase match keywords. We are looking for phrase keywords that will take out a lot of words. It will avoid us spending thousands of dollars on wasted ad spend. A negative phrase word is a word that doesn't allow searches that contain that complete phrase or close variations of that word. For example, I sell an eye cream. I don't want my ads to show up for face cream, hand cream, foot cream, or body cream. To avoid this, I add face, hand, foot, and body as negative phrases to my campaigns. Additionally, it's useful to periodically review your search term reports. Look for search terms that are unprofitable with an ACoS higher than 150% or those that haven't resulted in any orders. Adding these terms to your negative keyword list can further optimize your spending and improve your overall efficiency of your campaigns. We'll upload these in a later lesson to our auto, broad, and phrase campaigns if applicable. Number 6, categorize the keywords. You need to understand the buyer intent in Amazon PPC. Understanding where shoppers are in their buying journey is crucial. By categorizing keywords based on the customer intent, you can tailor your bidding strategies more effectively, optimizing your ad spend for profitability. Now let's break down the 4 categories. Number 1, competition keywords. These are the least converting and most expensive. Typically, these keywords are brand names of competitors. Customers searching for these are often loyal to these brands, making it challenging and costly to sway them. For new product launches, I avoid these keywords and often set them as a negative phrase to prevent wasteful spending. Number 2, browse keywords. This category captures potential customers who are exploring their options without firm intent to purchase immediately. They are just kind of looking, akin to someone wandering around a mall, just kind of wandering and looking, don't really know what they want to buy. Keywords like eye care product or sty treatment fall into this category, where multiple products, including eyelid wipes, could be potential solutions. Number 3, shop keywords. Customers here know what products they want but haven't decided on a brand yet. Keywords such as eyelid wipes or eye makeup remover pads belong in this group. These shoppers are closer to making a purchase, making it worthwhile to bid higher on these terms due to their higher conversion rate potential. Finally, brand name keywords. The most lucrative category, these keywords are specific to your brand, indicating that customers are actively seeking your products. They convert the highest and cost the least, representing an optimal use in your advertising budget. Sorting keywords into these categories helps you understand and react to the varying levels of buyer intent. It allows you to deploy your ad budget more efficiently, bidding differently based on how ready the shopper is to purchase. For example, your approach to someone just browsing for eye care solutions will differ from how you engage with someone specifically shopping for eyelid wipes. Also, if you are on a budget or you want to focus on profitability, you should only focus on high converting keywords in the shop and brand name category. If you are starting to move up the funnel in your advertising, then starting to go after browse keywords is next. And finally, going after your competition would be the final steps, as it gets much costlier and your conversion rate will go down as you move up the funnel. Number 7, setting the stage for success. With my keywords neatly categorized, I revisited my initial strategy, focusing on high volume, high conversion rate, relevant keywords that aren't overly competitive. This tactic is particularly effective for sellers with limited budgets by targeting less competitive keywords. You can achieve organic growth and gradually improve your position in search rankings. To summarize, I'm on the lookout for keywords that no one else is using in their title that fall into our shop category. I then incorporate these keywords into my product title in the exact phrase they appear and support them with high PPC bids, but only as long as I'm confident they will convert at a high level. Remember, Amazon wants 2 things: high conversion rate, high sales velocity. This is the cornerstone to building your organic ranks. High converting keywords lead to an increase in organic rank, which leads to a decrease in tacos, ultimately resulting in increased profitability. This 7-step process is more than just about finding the right keywords. It's about grasping the subtleties of Amazon PPC and aligning your strategy with the buyer's journey. By focusing on mid-tail and long-tail keywords, crafting an effective negative keyword list, and categorizing keywords based on buyer intent, you can create PPC campaigns that are not only cost effective, but also remarkably effective in driving sales. This is all best shown with an example. So let me switch over to my screen and show you how to do this. Also, after watching this video all the way through, go back to the beginning right away and watch it again, and then apply it right away. So I don't want you to do anything but watch this video first, and then go back to the beginning of this video and then take action on it. This is the only way you learn. You haven't learned anything unless you take action. All right, let's jump over to my screen.
Here we are inside ZonGuru. This is what I use for my keyword research. You can use whatever tool you want, but this is what I use. And if you want, I have an affiliate link down below that will get you 20% off for life, so you can check that out. All right, so what I did is I came down here to listing optimization and keywords on fire. I'm going to put my ASIN in right there, the ASIN that we've been working with. I'm going to put hiatal hernia supplements. Actually, I'm just going to put hiatal hernia. Yeah, we're going to do supplements, because that's what we're going for. We're going to click create session. It's going to bring this up, and then we're going to add our own listing. So I'm going to put our product in here first, and then we're going to search by keywords, and we're going to search hiatal hernia supplements. And then you can see a bunch that comes up. I'm going to pick about 10 of these, because I'm also going to pick another keyword as well. As you can see right there, it kind of stops with hiatal hernia. And I'm going to look at some of these hernia belts right here, because I want to get those in here as well. Hernia gone. I'm really talking about hiatal hernia right there. So let's add those listings. And then we're going to do one more phrase and just do hiatal hernia. And that's going to probably bring up a bunch of belts and a book. So a bunch of books, actually. So I'll put those in there too. You never know what you're going to uncover with that. I want to get some of those belts like I talked about earlier. But yeah, this is a lot of books, a lot of products here. There's a belt. And so I like to get all 25. But for this one, I might not be able to get to 25. So I'm just going to do the 14 that I found that are really relevant for my product. I'm going to hit run. And then this is going to take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, because it takes a little bit to work. And so we'll let that run, and then we'll come back in about 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll download this report and upload it to a Google Sheet. All right, you can see that it's done working now. And so what we're going to do now is just open up that session. And I like to download this as a CSV. And then we're going to go to our folder, and we're going to bring it in here. Go to File, Import, Upload, Browse, Insert New Sheet, Import Data. That's going to pull it in. I'm just going to put keywords, KOF for keywords on fire. Bring this in right here, right after we did the 80/20 business report. All right, so there's not a lot of stuff in here that I need to have in here, but there's a lot of relevant things that I do want to have in there. So ZG score is great, because that tells you the relevance of that keyword. And so I do like to keep that one in there. Just do a couple things. This is the keyword value. And so how valuable that keyword is, obviously. Currency, I don't care about that. I do care about search volume. Top 25 competitors, ZG launch just tells you how much you need to launch per day to get to that top. Estimated units sold, average ratings. Those are all good to have, but not for what I'm using it for right now. One thing I do like to have is keyword titles broad, keyword titles exact. This tells me how many people have those keywords in their title as exact match or broad match. And so if you can find something that has 0, like hiatal hernia supplements, that's a direct claim, so I would not recommend putting that in. But that's an example of something that you could take advantage of. Hiatal hernia relief, only 4% of people have that in their title. And so another opportunity, but it's an FDA structure function claim, so avoid that, please. Otherwise, you're going to get in a lot of trouble with the FDA, and that could be bad. PPC bid, this tells you about what you need to be paying for that search term in order to, or that keyword, to get it to the top of the PPC. Top 3 keywords, I don't really care about any of this stuff. And so what we're doing is we're going to categorize most of these keywords. And I like to keep it sorted by ZonGuru score. However, I like to get rid of ones that have a very, very low search volume. And so let's see how many keywords we have. So we have, go right to here, about 500 keywords, and that's a lot to go comb through. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to get high volume search terms. Not completely high volume, like 353,000, but I do want to go after some that are more, they're higher than like 50. And so I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to go to sort range, advanced range sorting options. Data has headers, and then we're going to go to search volume. I'm going to go Z to A. You're going to see all the top ones come to the top. And then you can see, oh, I think I picked the wrong one, didn't I? No, I didn't. Search volume. Okay. You can see pretty quickly that we drop quite a bit to 30 search volumes per month. And I don't care about any of those. So I'm just going to delete those. So now we've already narrowed it down to about 162. And then what we could do is just take a look at these. So what I'm going to do now is resort it back by ZonGuru score from Z to A, because that's your relevance. And so now what I'm looking for here is highly relevant keywords for my product. And then those are the ones I'm going to be going after first. I'm going to pick about anywhere from 10 to 20 of these to do an exact match campaign for, to go after these. If you have a little bit more money, and maybe do 1 or 2 broads or maybe even an auto to start discovering more keywords. But the keywords or the search terms, the key is to look for words that will have a high conversion rate for your product that will lead to high sales velocity. Those 2 things are going to push you up in the organic rank, and you want to stay focused when you're just launching. We can get more aggressive later on when we have that high conversion rate and high sales velocity, but you want to stay incredibly focused for now. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to categorize these into the 4 categories that we talked about. Competitive keywords, which are going to be yellow, browse keywords, which are going to be purple, shop keywords, which are going to be blue, and then brain keywords, which are going to be orange. So let me show you how to do that. So hiatal hernia is going to be more of a browse keyword because people are just looking for anything for hiatal hernia. Hiatal hernia supplements, that's going to be more of a shop keyword. So I'm going to make that blue. Hernia belts for men, hernia belt for women. These are all going to be shop keywords. However, they're not quite as relevant for our product. This would be an experimental. So people are looking for hernia belts. Do we want to go after hernia belts? And they may not be necessarily looking for hiatal hernia belts. They're just looking for hernia belts. And so even though the search volume is very high, I don't think I'm going to want to go after that. And so I'm going to make that a negative keyword. And so in my PPC build over here, you're going to see a little bit I've already done, but in my PPC build, I'm going to pull it up in a separate file. I'm going to put belts and belt as negative phrase because I don't want to show up for those right away. Because if I show up for those right away, then I might have some problems and I might spend a lot of money. And so I'm actually going to take these out, and they are going to be in my negatives. Hiatal hernia relief, that does apply for us, but it's still somebody browsing. And so we may not want to go after that one right away. It doesn't have a huge search volume either. Umbilical hernia belt. Now this one's interesting because umbilical, let's see if that's the same as hiatal. Let's see, is hiatal hernia the same as an umbilical hernia? And it doesn't look like it is. So we'll go back to this, and then I'm going to take this and make it umbilical as a negative keyword. And then I'm going to take that out. Tums gets a lot of search volume, and that's what we're going after, is kind of replacing that. However, I don't want to go after it right away. So that's going to be a competitor. And then I'm going to take Tums and I'm going to move it over to my negative phrase. There is a time and place, but not right now. FSA and FHA eligible. I don't want to show up for either of those because we are not. So I'm going to put those in my phrase. Then I'm going to delete those. Pepsid, brand name, and put it in our phrase. I want to save our budget. Postpartum belly band. We are not a postpartum belly band. So this is mostly getting me a lot of good negatives. We haven't found a lot of good words to go after other than these 3. And that may be our only 3. Low search volume, but hey, that might be what we're dealing with this product. So digestive health. Ours is good for digestive health, but we don't necessarily market it for that. And so that's one that I will say is a very, very browse-based keyword. I'll keep it for now. Acid reflux medicine. We're not a medicine, and we're not targeting acid reflux directly. And so I'm going to put medicine and medications in, and I'm also going to put acid reflux and acid. I don't need to have this since I have acid and reflux below. So we're going to put that right here. Let's go back to here. So acid reflux, abdominal binder post-surgery. We're not for abdominal, we're for the hiatal hernia. So I'm going to get rid of that. C-section, going to get rid of that. So these are all things that you might show up for and waste a ton of money on. Abdominal hernia belts, hiatal hernia syndrome book. So this is somebody looking for a specific book for this, and that could be a good keyword target. All these I'm going to delete because they don't apply to a belly band, a belly binder. Those are both for pregnancy. So belly band, belly binder, both those there. Abdominal hernia belt, hiatal hernia foods. So that's a good one. That's another browse-based keyword and does get some search volume. Hernia belt for men, abdominal. We already got rid of that. So let's get rid of all the words with belt. So you can see 56 keywords. We don't really need to review those anymore because we're not going after belt right away. So I'm going to delete all those. Then let's see. Okay, same thing. Let's get rid of all of these belt keywords. And Jamel, you can of course fast forward this part. All right, let's continue down this list. Pregnancy, we already got rid of that too, I think. Where's pregnancy? We did not. So let's try that. Pregnant, preg, and C. Get both of those. So let's get all those words out of the way. All right, now we're back to this. So we got hiatal hernia diet. That's going to be another browse-based keyword. Healthcare products, that's a terrible word. I don't know. I'm going to make that, now I'll keep it right where it is, but it's not a great word. Hernia relief seems a little more broad to me, so I don't like that word. Abdominal binder, I don't even know what this is, so let's look it up. Yeah, same thing, so those belts. So I'm going to put binder in here. Now we can get rid of belly binder now. So binders, there's 30 keywords. Okay. Hernia relief, hiatal hernia syndrome. Hernia relief seems a little too generic for me, so I'm going to delete that one. Hiatal hernia syndrome is a browse-based keyword. They're just looking for some relief. Herniated disc, this is a good one. Put in negatives because we're not herniated disc product, which is your back. Hernia generic, let's look what that comes up with on Amazon. So you can see it's going to be those belts again. So just a little too generic for me. Not going to go after that, or hernia support or umbilical, gurnia, heartburn, acid reflux. I'm going to start keeping these now as possible ones just because we're running out of keywords. This must be somebody great in this profession, so I might target him. And then Blitzu, Fahas, abdominal hernias, hernia girdle, hernia support. These are all for umbilical hernias, hernia support for men, reflux relief. Let's get rid of all those. This don't apply to our product. Inaugural, let's see, let's keep going. Hiatal hernia pillow. So there's a pillow. This is giving me product ideas too. So that's a very specific one. Reflux relief, again, a browse-based keyword. Health supplement, terrible keyword to go after. Acid reflux relief, natural acid reflux relief. Herniated disc, we are not that either. So we're going to take this over, our negatives. We're going to do herniated and disc like that. Yeah, that's okay. And then let's get rid of those. Belly support, source naturals, enzymes, FHA eligible, belly support, abdominal swelling reducer, stomach pain, best acid reducer. Get rid of all those. And you can see we've just really narrowed down our list to pretty much just a couple keywords. And then you can see right here, these are going to be browse as well. All right, so we've really narrowed it down to 4 main search terms. 4 main shop search terms. These are people looking for very specific things in this space. What I want to do is make it more relevant for us. So I'm going to stay closer to this top. Very, very low search volume. Digestive health, I'm going to stay away from. And so the keywords I'm going to go after to start are going to be these 3. Probably these 3 and this one. I'm staying very specific to hiatal hernia because we are a hiatal health product. And so I may go after this one too and this one. And you can see our search volume is incredibly low for this. So we have about 5,000 searches a month, but I'm going to be at the top of that space. I want to be at the very top. That's going to really help out. So I hope this made sense from a keyword standpoint. And I hope this kind of helped you narrow down your keywords using Keywords on Fire as a research source. In the next video, I'm going to be going over how to create a listing around these keywords. And then also right after this video, I'm going to show you one more Keywords on Fire session that I did with a category and a product that has more search volume. And that's going to go into our eyelid wipes that we used to have in our previous company. Here we are inside ZonGuru. This is what I use for keyword analysis. You can use whatever tool you like best. I'm just going to show you how I do keyword analysis with ZonGuru, and then I'm going to show you how we create those campaigns in the back end in Campaign Manager. So let's jump in. So our example has been eyelid wipes. And so what I'm going to do is name that session, this session name eyelid wipes. And I'm going to go to add products by phrases. You should have a general idea of what your best selling keyword is or search term, only because you pick the product. And so if you pick the product, it's got probably a base seed keyword around it. Ours is eyelid wipes. It can be sunglasses. It can be eye cream. It can be face wash. It can be any of those. Rubber spatula. And so what I'm going to do is search phrase. So I'm going to click that, put eyelid wipes into here. Then I'm going to click search. All right, so the results have pulled up. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to select every product that applies to ours. It looks like all of these do. So I'm just going to select, you can select up to 25 of them. And as long as they're relevant, here's our product right here. And I'm just going to keep going. I like to get as much data as possible. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to select all 25 because we can. More data, the better. And there we got 25. So now we're going to click add products. You can see it's going to fill in all these ASINs. We're then going to name our session eyelid wipes, run keyword analysis. This will take close to about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how much data you're bringing in. All right, so our data has pulled up here. And you can see a couple different things here. You can see the keyword value. And so what this is just an estimated combined monthly revenue. Our ZG score is just how relevant that keyword is for this search for eyelid wipes. You can see the search volume right here as well. And then you can see some other metrics here like PPC bid, ratings, things like that. What I like to do is come up here to the gear icon and then hit export to CSV. And it's going to export it. And then I like to go to a Google Sheet and I like to import it. So I will go to File, Import, and then Upload. Once we go to Browse, we can then pull that into here. Then what I like to do is just eliminate some of these things. Like you can eliminate some of this stuff like currency because it's all in the same currency. I like search volume. These two, I don't care as much unless you're launching. This is telling you how many you need to give away essentially in order per day in order to get to the top of page 1 or get close to the top of page 1. This talks about the units sold on that and average ratings and price. For this video, I'm not going to use any of those, so I'm just going to delete them. This tells you how many keyword titles are broadly matched in the title for that particular keyword. So eyelid wipes, 88% of page 1 has eyelid wipes in the title. 16% has ACoS lid scrubs. That's a trademark term. So that's probably the people that actually sell that. Same thing with Optase and Clearadex. 4% have those in the title. Most likely the brand names that are associated with those. Eye wipes, only 52% of the title are in the title. And so that's an opportunity. Only half the listings on page 1 have eye wipes in the title. That might be an opportunity for you to come in and seal that. So we'll go over that here in just a little bit. I like to keep that and maybe keep the exact match title in the PPC bid. I'm going to get rid of these 3. And then I don't care the organic rank of all these other ones, but I do want to keep the organic rank for my product. So I highlighted it right there. And this is a lot of data, so don't get mixed up in the data. Just know that you can use each data piece and you can go as deep as you want, but you don't have to go incredibly deep. So now what I like to do is sort it by search volume, which is this category or this column right here. So I'm going to highlight everything, sort range by search volume. And go Z to A. So the highest ones first. And what I'm looking for here is just things that I can put into my negative phrase, things I can put into my negative exact to help with that. So coconut oil, those are 2 things I do not have in my product. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a separate sheet here. I'm going to call this negative list. So we're going to make negative phrase. Like I discussed before, a negative phrase is essentially a term that you don't want to rank for at all. And the example I gave before was I sell an eye cream. I don't want to rank for hand, foot, body. So if somebody's searching for body cream, I don't want to show up for that. So that's a negative phrase. I want body to be in there because I don't want to show up for that. So in this example, coconut has nothing to do with my product. And so I want to make sure I do not show up for coconut. So that's that word right there. So I'm just going to delete it now. Tea tree oil. We're not tea tree oil. We're not argan oil. And so those 2 things I'm going to put into negative exact because our product does have tea tree oil in it, but it is not tea tree oil. And so we want to make sure Amazon specifies that because it's eyelid wipes with tea tree oil and it might show up for tea tree oil exact. I don't want to show up because people that are typing in tea tree oil exact are looking for tea tree oil, not what I have. And so those 2 keywords are out as well. Stye treatment, this is a browse-based keyword. And so I'm just going to colors are arbitrary. I'm just going to color this one purple. So purple is browse, and that's a browse-based keyword. I'm just going to put that in there so you can see it. A browse-based keyword is going to be a little more expensive. You can see a 371 PPC bid, and the conversion rate is going to be lower as a result. Now, nobody should have this in their title because if they say they are a stye eye treatment, that means that they have an FDA claim because they're claiming they treat a disease. You can't do that. So ACuSoft is a competitor. So I'm going to make that yellow, and yellow is competition. Brooder, competitor, competition. You don't have to put that in there. I'm just putting it in there just so you can kind of see what my color references are. ACuSoft, competition. Brooder, ACuSoft, allergy, competition. Allergy is a browse keyword. Somebody that's searching for allergy doesn't know what they're looking for yet, so that's a browse keyword. Eyelid wipes. Here's our first shop keyword. So a shop keyword being that people that are looking for eyelid wipes are looking to buy eyelid wipes. So they're shopping for that particular keyword and product. So we're going to do that. Now I'm going to go through this and I'm going to do probably the top 50 here, and then we'll jump in a little bit ahead. All right, now we have narrowed it down to our top 150 keywords that we got in that search result. And you can see we're down to about 148. And now what you can see is that I have them categorized into 4 different categories. Purple being browse keywords, meaning they're browsing for something, they don't know exactly what they want. Blue being eyelid wipes or eye wipes, being very specific. These are shop-based keywords. They're specifically shopping for a particular product. They know exactly what they want. Yellow being competition. I don't like to go after competitors' keywords because they're expensive and you're going to have a lower conversion rate, especially when you're launching, but even when you're scaling. If you want to increase your organic rank, you need to go after search terms that have a high conversion rate potential, or they already have proven to you that they have a high conversion rate. So make sure you keep that in mind when you're launching. Don't go after your competition. I actually like to put our competition into our negative phrase because it can save you a significant amount of money. So let's do that real quick. So we got Avanova right here, that's a competitor. We got Blefidex right here, that's a competitor. And when you put these in phrase, it will pretty much eliminate all 3 of these. So we'll get rid of those. And then we'll get rid of this Avanova one too. Brooder, that's another competitor. So we'll put Brooder in right here. And again, I don't like to show up for those. So I'm going to turn all these and I'm going to delete them all. I don't even want to look at them. Clearidex, we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to delete them all. And then we can start to analyze some of these too, but let's keep looking. So ACuSoft, this is a big one. This is our biggest player in our space. So we're going to delete that one. And let's see, that's spelled correctly. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. There's ACuSoft again, just going to delete that. And ACuSoft again. Here's Hypochlor and Ibiza and iVisa. So we're going to do all 3 of those, bring them up here, put them all in. Now I just want the brand name though. Because again, it's going to be very costly to go against these competitors because they have that market part, that segment of the market tied up. Here's ACuSoft again. So let me find all my competition. I'm going to put them in my negative phrase list and then we'll get back to this. All right, so we've got all our competition out. And now we're looking to find keywords that we want to go after. So what I like to do is find 5 to 10 keywords to make exact match campaigns for. Now these keywords, I want them to be longer tail, meaning they don't have the highest search volume. So they're not right here at the top. They're more towards the middle. And there's huge opportunity, meaning that there may not be that keyword in the title as much on this page 1. And then we're not showing up for it maybe organically. So we need to fix that as well. So let's go through that. So we're looking for blue keywords. And so these ones with the higher search volume, you want these blue ones, of course, to be in your title. That way you index for them and you show up higher in the search results for those. But that may not necessarily mean we want to advertise for them. We will later on, but at the beginning, we may not want to because we want to look for high converting keywords that we can nail. So here's a good example. Eyelid cleaning wipes. Eyelid being 2 words. So only 4% of people have it in their title in both exact match and broad match. And we're already ranked, our product is ranked 12th for that. So putting this in your title, but also advertising for it is going to be huge for you. So I'm going to just completely highlight that one. Eyelid scrub is even a good one because you can see 56% have it broad, 12% have it exact. So there's 2 good ones that get pretty decent search volume of about 3,500. Which is high in this category. Lid scrubs for eyes. Lid scrubs is actually a trademark term, and I know that just because of my research, so I would avoid that one. Eye wipes for dry eyes, that would be considered an FDA claim, so I would avoid that one. As you can see, 0% have that in there, so that's why, because it's a claim. Eye cleaning wipes again. So eye cleaning wipes and eyelid cleaning wipes both have nobody's using this in the title. And so if you put this into the title, if you put eyelid cleaning wipes into the title, you're going to show up really fast for these. You're going to vault from number 8 to number 1, number 12 to number 1, because nobody else is going after that. If we add cleansing in, you can see that is still pretty low. 20% use it in the title, 44%. So I like that word as well. And then eye wipes for blepharitis is a claim. Lid scrub is a trademark term, so I'm going to avoid those. Tea tree eyelid cleanser. Only 8% have it in exact, and we are a tea tree eyelid cleanser, so I'm going to put that one in as well. I'm going to avoid all the purple ones because I don't want to go after brows yet. We're not an eye rinse, so I'm actually going to put rinse over in the negative phrase. Put it right there, and I'm going to delete it. Tea tree eye wipes, 0% of people have tea tree eye wipes in the title. You can see we're already ranked number 3 for that. And then let's say we said tea tree eye wipes for people. 0% have those in the title. We could rank high for those very quickly. It may sound a little funny, but that's what people are searching for. You can see 3,000 searches a month if you put tea tree eye wipes for people in the category. And then tea tree wipes right here. This would cover the broad. You can see a lot of people have broad, but nobody has it exact yet. Baby eye wipes, that's an opportunity to come out with baby eye wipes because there's not many people that have it. Let's see, how many do we have so far? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you have more budget, go for 10. So let's find a couple more. Eye cleaner wipes. Nobody has it in their title. Pretty high PPC bid. A little bit of search volume, so we'll add that one too. Tea tree eyelid wipes, 581. You can see a lot of people have it in their title. Tea tree eyelid cleansing wipes, that's a long tail. Let's do that one too. So you kind of get the idea. We're looking for high search volume. 813 is okay still. I mean, that's still 30 people a day looking for that. And if you have a high conversion rate, you're going to move up in all of these keywords in this category. But we'll start at the top. And so what I'm going to do is just show you how to make an exact match campaign. I like to go after exact match first, especially when I'm launching, because again, high conversion. You want high conversion and high volume keywords, which will then drive organic rank, which will then decrease your costs and increase your profits. So let me say that one more time. High volume, high converting keywords will increase your organic rank, which will then increase your profits. So just keep that in mind as you're doing this. That should be going in the back of your head at all times. So let's just do eyelid cleaning wipes. I'm a big fan of single keyword ad campaigns. So we're going to come in here to create campaign. We're going to hit continue. And this is going to be a sponsored product campaign. And then I'm going to do exact match. We're going to do the ASIN. Then we're going to do the keyword. And this obviously is not, this is a dummy account. We're going to do manual targeting. Select the ASIN that you're going after. And then we're going to do manual targeting. We're going to do keyword targeting. We're going to enter a list. I like to do exact single keyword ad campaigns, eyelid cleaning wipes, add keyword. What bid should you start out with? It will give you a suggested bid. You can see that's pretty high. Let's go back to our sheet here. You can see that's what it's pretty much showing for all these. So we may want to go after eye cleaning wipes just because it's a little lower. And if you find yourself in a highly competitive category, you may be paying a lot for clicks. And that's just how it goes if you want to make a name for yourself in that category. All right, so we put that in, and then we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to upload our negative list. We're going to do this. Here's our phrase. And then we're going to do our exact. And then we're going to go down here, dynamic bid down only. You can name the campaign. I thought that's what I did up above, but I might have just named the ad group up above. Yeah, there you go. Come all the way down here. If you have portfolios, you can put it in your portfolio. Start date, daily budget, just start low. $25 is good, 10's good. Launch campaign, and that's it. That's how you create, that's how you go from keyword research to campaign creation. I'm going to do this for all 10 keywords in exact match. If I still have budget left over after that, I'll then start rolling out broad match starting at the top again. And broad match is more of a discovery campaign, where exact match is more of a scale campaign. Remember, our goal is high volume with high conversion rate to increase that organic rank.
Action items for this video. Number 1, conduct comprehensive keyword research using ZonGuru's Keywords on Fire and find a list of 10 to 20 initial keywords that could drive high conversions for your product, focusing on those mid to long tail keywords. Action item number 2, develop and refine your negative keyword list, focusing on phrase match negative keywords. 10 to 20 is a good start. Action item number 3, categorize your keywords based on buyer intent and adjust your bidding strategy to competition, browse, shop, and brand name. For those looking to delve deeper into optimizing Amazon PPC and driving exponential growth in your business, check out our perpetual sales machine program at freedomflywheel.com. We open our doors to a limited number of participants, ensuring personalized attention and tailoring strategies to skyrocket your Amazon business. We also show you how to create your own Freedom Flywheel, so you can start paying yourself within a year and become financially free within 5 years.
This was just one chapter in my free Amazon PPC Masterclass, which is better than any paid course out there, in my opinion. We've only just scratched the surface. To unlock even more profitability with your advertising, continue watching this full Amazon PPC Masterclass. I put the video right here so you can click it and watch that entire Amazon PPC Masterclass. If you want this entire Amazon PPC Masterclass emailed to you, make sure you head to profitablepineapple.com and sign up for our free Amazon PPC Masterclass.
If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Good job.